Ani Boujou. Today is Wednesday, July 1st. I haven't been on the video for the last couple of days after my sister's passing and funeral. I had a family from out of state, so I offered to take another sister back home and but back into Minnesota where the weather is so beautiful compared to down south. So today we have the Commissioner of Administration and the Assistant Commissioner of Administration, Commissioners Boyd and Nayquonabe. And I asked them to come in today just to talk a little bit about what are the plans for the employees. And they have been working on this since day one of COVID, and when and how do we want to return the employees back to work. So with that, I'll turn it over to them.
Bonjour and denoi maganin do mi Baabiitaw and digo kwe nui winda magi anin gaje Nayquonabe ang ma gaje kagwejmi minaguk kagwejmi guyeg ma de bije no kieg ma shke de pitain damen sana ma kena ejimino ayayeg nagana wabandan eo and apenewin we weni Dinnig kendamang geje gana wenji gazu and bije no kie goma. Mino adashun we winda mage ma happy geje bije no kieg midashio minuminike gizis nisogunogizid happy gene bije no kieg anand mino adashkoge Minoa geje winda munagok yo eje pitain damang sama geje mino ay gana bije giweg mi sana ma waiba giwi kanunigum the nigga kenda meg yo ma geje webazieg ma ina bije no kieg we weni de gana weni migueg ma na binish koge ma hejichige ang sa ma damiga jiga dege yo na penewen migo ma koi minute geje gagigidoyan mio.
All right, so a quick update on employees and what we've been working on. So starting August 3rd, Monday, August 3rd, we'll start a phased return for employees. There will be a letter going out to the employees that'll outline who they contact, their supervisors or commissioners. Of course, I want to kind of caution that we are still continuously monitoring the pandemic, the COVID-19. And so that could change ours, but right now our plan is to start August 3rd with that return for employees. We need to keep monitoring that though, just to make sure that we're doing the best we can to protect the community, our employers, our employees, and all our loved ones. So that is the plan right now. We continue to monitor that, but I'd also like to say thank you for all the employees that did continue to work and those that were furloughed. You guys are all important to us. So we did that and we made that decision to protect our employees and this community. So I appreciate all the understanding and support we have received in this very difficult time as we continue to monitor this. And it's been a trying time, and I appreciate all the support out there for this, as this government does the best that we can do to keep this place safe and protect our communities. So that's just a short update. I'm sure there'll be questions and we'll be available to answer those.
Miigwech, Commissioners Boyd and Nayquonabe. And again, we have the July 4th weekend coming up. And I think we have to be very careful and concerned about that holiday where many people will be coming to our shores and coming through our lands just to get to their cabins and wherever they go for the 4th of July weekend. And again, we have 34 cases in Mille County, and 6 of those are on the reservations. Our reservation in District 1, 3 in District 2, and 0 in District 3 at this time. And my heart goes out to the families. We have lost one of our elders from our community, which is really sad to hear when that happens anytime, but because of COVID, it hits us even harder. And as we move forward into this holiday weekend, we have to be really concerned and pay attention to our sanitizing requirements. Again, I talk about this in every video, but this weekend is going to be so important for you to really stay ahead of that. And washing of the hands, wearing of the mask, making sure that you stay home if you can. We don't know who the visitors are going to be coming through our reservations, and we don't know what they're going to bring with them. Hopefully, they're following all the sanitizing requirements when they're out and about. But please, it is your responsibility to take care of your health. And it's very important to make sure that we do that for ourselves and each of our family members. We don't want for any additional members to be confirmed with COVID-19. And so it's scary. And as we move forward, they're talking about at the state level, because they opened up a lot of businesses and bars, that we're going to see a spike in this confirmed cases of COVID. So please, please be concerned and pay attention in how we move forward in this time. And I know there's been a lot of questions about the CARES Act, and band members are wanting to know, what does this mean for the Mille Lacs Band? And we do have a letter coming out, and it is a long letter because it has to go into detail about many things. So the letter is about 6 pages long. So when you receive that letter, please take the time to read it and read it again. And then if you have additional questions, which I know you will, please send those questions to us. And when you think about the CARES Act, there's actually 2 kinds of funding that has come out of that. And that first one is called the COVID-19 grant funding. And that was used to make sure that you had to clean your businesses. And some of the funding came from the state and the federal government, but it had to be spent on very specific things. And that was the personal protective equipment for medical staff, public health, and police and other frontline employees. And then we had to use that money to sanitize all of our buildings, and we can continue to do that. And then also it was for the emergency food packs. And so second, that is called the Tribal Government Coronavirus Relief Fund, and that also came from the CARES Act. And that is what a lot of people were talking about, is that $8 billion, and the money went out to the 580 plus tribes. And that money is currently, it was sent out in like 3 batches. Initially, to start with, they sent it all to all the tribes, and then the Treasury then put specific guidelines on how that money is going to be used. And we received the money, but we haven't spent it yet, because we want to make sure that when we spend the money that we follow all the guidelines of the Department of Treasury. And also, we will be audited with this funding. So we have to make sure that we follow all the guidelines the federal government has sent out. And as we move forward and making sure that we have all those guidelines followed, making sure when the federal government audits the band, that we can tell them exactly how every cent is being spent or was spent. And again, that's really hard when we know there's all of these needs, and we know band members are in places where they want to come back to work. They want to be able to go to the store without masks. We know all of that is still going on. But as we go forward, that money has not been spent at this point. And I know a lot of times people are saying, give the money to me. You know, I'm a band member. I need it. I have needs. And we all understand that. And when we think about per capita, that we haven't been able to give out any per capita because the businesses have been closed. And therefore, we wanted to make sure that you still had income to assist with your needs. And that's why the band assembly and I, which I signed into law, these stimulus payments. And we wanted to make sure that your basic needs were covered. And as we move forward, we're doing a semi-annual report to make sure that you as a band member know exactly where the funding has come from, how it's being used, and any questions you have as we move forward with that, please send those to us and we want to answer them. And we always have your needs in our mind when we're trying to make these decisions. And as we move forward, we want to make sure that we continue to communicate. And I know as a band member, it's kind of difficult when you don't have these documents in front of you, but we wanted to make sure that we received all the funding, and we wanted to make sure that we're following all the guidelines and requirements of the federal government for this CARES Act money. And we talked about there was some lawsuits that were done. They held money back because they wanted to give it to the Alaskan corporations. So it went to court, and the judge determined that Alaskan corporations could receive a part of this CARES Act money. And so that has been dispersed. So as we move forward, we will continue to keep you updated and give you specific information, so this will help answer your questions and help you discuss this with your family members. Miigwech, have a good day.